Hello everyone, welcome to a new video. Sa video na to, pag-uusapan natin paano nga ba i-convert yung raw score sa z-score. And ito yung second part ng series natin about the normal distribution and its applications. Okay, so this time pag-uusapan natin kung ano nga ba yung z-scores, no? Kasi usually kapag kunyari nagbibigay tayo ng exam, no? Or meron tayong test na pinapatake, we usually get the raw scores. However, yung mga raw scores, no, kapag hindi natin kasi sila tina-transform into standard scores, and one example of that is mga z-score, no? Raw scores alone are considered meaningless. Okay? Hindi natin sila may interpret unless we know more about the context. Ibig sabihin, hindi natin may interpret yung score mo na 50 sa mathematics kung hindi natin alam yung score ng mga classmates mo, hindi natin alam yung performance nila, no? So to have a better understanding kung ano ba yung meaning ng isang raw score ng isang tao, we convert it into z-scores. Kung sa school, kino-convert yung scores ninyo into grades, into transmuted grade, sa statistics, sa psychological statistics, sa psychological assessment, we convert raw scores into z-scores to get a better understanding nasaan ba yung score ng isang tao compared sa mga kasabayan niya. Okay? So now, let's define muna natin, no, or alamin natin kailan nga ba ginagamit yung mga z-score, no? So ginagamit natin yung z-score upang i-locate, the keyword is i-locate, ang isang tao sa isang distribution. So here are some examples. Kunyari, mataas o mababa ba ang sweldo ng isang tao kumpara, no? Nandun yung comparison, kumpara sa mga katrabaho niya. And we want to answer the question kung yung sweldo niya ay mataas o mababa. Another example, kung sa context naman ng intelligence, gifted ba ang isang estudyante compared sa mga, nandun na naman yung comparison, sa mga kasabayan niya or sa mga peers, no? O kaya sa mga classmates. So say for example, para sa isang 10 years old na bata, sa 10-year-old na bata, no? Yun bang intellectual capability niya? Is it typical? Is it normal? Or is it delayed? No? Or siya ba ay gifted compared sa mga peers niya? Right? So now, yung z-score, no, it indicates the direction, no? Because z-scores can be positive or negative, and the degree that any raw score deviates, no? Pag sinabi nating deviate ay parang gaano ka kalayo, no, from the mean of a distribution. Yung mean kasi, remember the first part of our discussion in the normal curve, no, this is the normal distribution. Remember that the mean is in the middle. So kapag ikaw ay mababa yung score mo, remember, low scores are located, no, nasa left, kapag high score naman nasa right, no? And yung C distribution, it has a mean of 0 and a standard deviation of 1, no? And the C score that is positive means that yung raw score is greater than the mean. So kapag yung C score na makakompute natin, for example, positive 1 o kaya ay positive 2.30, yan ay nasa right side ng mean. Nandito yung positive, no, sa right side. Pero kapag yung z-score mo ay negative, it means that your score is lesser, smaller, no, mas mababa compared sa mean. So nandito sa left side makikita yung mga negative z-scores. So kapag yung z-score mo ay malapit sa 0, it means yung performance may average. Pero the more na lumalayo siya sa 0, for example, negative 3 o kaya positive 3, mas malayo ka from the average. Yun namang sign, kapag positive yung sign ng z-score, kunyari positive 3.5, it means yung performance mo mas maganda or mas mataas, no, compared sa mean or sa average. Kunyari, exam ito, mas mataas yung score mo compared sa classmates mo. Pero kung yung z-score mo ay negative, it means yung raw score mo mas mababa compared sa classmates mo, no? So here are some examples, no, kung paano ba mag-interpret ng z-score. For example, yung z-score na 1.4, which is positive, we interpret it as the score lies 1.4 standard deviations above the mean, or shortly, 1.4 SD above the mean. Yun namang z na negative 2.1, since nakita niyo yung negative sign, no? We say that it's 2.1 SD below. The keyword is below. Kapag negative, below. Kapag positive, above. Pero kapag ang z-score mo ay flat 0, it means that your score is equal to the mean. Therefore, if your z-score is 0, it does not mean that it's hindi ibig sabihin mababa, hindi ibig sabihin na pangit, hindi ibig sabihin na wala kang score. It means na equal sa mean yung performance mo. Okay? So now, here is the formula for z-score, no? Para makuha yung z-score, what we do is that raw score, no, minus the mean divided by the standard deviation. So yung raw score, ito yung x, no? Ito yung score mo. Yun namang x bar, yung mean, no? Ito yung mean o yung average score ng mga kasabayan mo, ng grupo mo o ng classmates mo. Samantalang yung s ay yung standard deviation. Yan yung standard dev. In other references, they also use, no, pwede rin naman ganito yung formula, c is equal to x minus mu divided by sigma, no? Kasi yung mu, no, is also mean, sigma is also standard deviation, no? Pwedeng gamitin itong dalawang ito interchangeably, no? Pero usually mas nakikita ko itong nasa taas, no? Yung c is equal to x minus x bar divided by s. So we will follow this formula, no, in problem solving. And before we proceed to problem solving, just a few reminders about z-score. Kapag mas malapit sa 0 ang z-score, ibig sabihin mas malapit ka sa average. Kapag mas malayo sa 0, it means kakaiba ka. No? Mas malayo ka sa 0, mas kakaiba yung isang tao. For example, kaya natin ma-determine sino yung underweight, overweight, o kaya obese. Kung ito yung weight o yung timbang. Yan. And once again, kapag ang z-score ay positive, it means mas mataas ka sa average, pero kung negative, it means mas mababa ka sa average. So now mag-problem solving tayo, no? Say for example, si Juanito ay isang estudyante na may baong 150 pesos. Ang kanya mga kaklase ay may average, no? Take note of the word, no? Average na baon na 140 with a standard deviation of 7. Our task is to compute his z-score. So remember our formula. Raw score minus mean divided by standard deviation. So substitute, no? 150 yung score ni Juanito minus mean, which is 140, over 7, the standard deviation. 150 minus 140 equals 10 divided by 7. We got 1.42. Yan yung z-score niya. If we're going to plot it, nandyan siya. Nandyan yung z equals 1.42. So kung makikita natin, kapag yung z-score ay positive, ikaw ay nasa right side ng curve. At yung score mo, since siya ay 150 yung baon niya, sa classmates niya 140, mas mataas yung baon niya kumpara sa average. So another example, what if yung baon ng isang tao naman ay mas malaki pa, no? Kung si Juanito may 150 na baon, what about si Mateo na may 160? Definitely, mas mayaman siya compared sa classmates niya, at mas mayaman pa siya compared kay Juanito na 150 yung baon, sa kanya 160 eh. So to compute for his z-score, same given, no? 160 minus 140 divided by 7, 160 minus 140 equals 20 divided by 7. We obtain a z of 2.85. So if we're going to plot it, ayan, nasa right side na naman ng curve, no? Kasi positive. Tapos as you will notice, no, yung kay Juanito ay nasa right side man siya, pero mas malapit siya sa center. Pero kapag mas malaki yung z-score mo, mas malayo sa 0, mas malayo ka from the center. Yan. So mas kakaiba si Mateo, no? Mas malayo siya compared to the average. So now, let's have another example. What if kung negative naman, no? Sige, si John, kunyari, no? Disregard the name here. Ay meron siyang baon na 120, tapos yung mean ay 140, no? Divided by 7 na standard dev. So 120 minus 140 equals negative 20 divided by 7. We obtained a Z of negative 2.85. So kung ipa-plot natin, nandyan siya. So as you can see, no, kapag negative yung Z-score mo, nasa left side ka ng curve, no? At ibig sabihin mas mababa ka compared doon sa mean. So yung mean kasi is 140 eh. Tapos yung baon niya is 120. Particularly, yung z-score niya equals negative 2.85. As you can see, no, malayo siya from the average. So, paano natin yan babasahin in a sentence? So, John's pocket money is 2.85 standard deviation below the mean. Okay? So, there you go. So C-scores also allow us to compare, no, a person's performance in two different tests. Say for example, Dave received a score of 60 on a psychology exam and 56 on a biology test. We cannot jump to the conclusion na mas magaling siya sa psych kaysa sa biology kasi kailangan din tingnan natin yung performance ng classmates niya. Suppose the biology scores had a mean of 48 and a standard deviation of 4 and the psychology scores had the mean of 50 and a standard deviation of 10. Gumawa daw tayo ng dalawang distribution, no? So now, unahin natin yung sa biology. Sabi sa given, sa bio, yung C-score niya ay yung raw score niya ay 56. Tapos yung mean nila sa biology ay 48 with a standard dev of 4, no? 56 minus 48 divided equals 8 divided by 4. We got positive 2.0. So yung Z-score niya sa biology ay nandito siya. Z is equal to 2.00. No? So this is our plot, no, for biology. What about for psychology? No? For psychology, on the other hand, yung kanyang raw score ay 60. Yung mean ng kanyang classmates ay 50, no? With a standard dev of 10. And then we obtain a z-score of 1.0. So sa psych, nandito yung z-score niya. Z is equal to 1.00. So kung titingnan natin, although mas mataas yung raw score niya sa psych kaysa sa biology, as we can see, malapit lang kasi sa average si Dave doon sa psychology. Na hindi siya masyadong malayo compared sa classmates niya. Pero sa biology, 2 standard dev above the mean siya. Kaya even though yung score niya ay 56, no, compared to his peers, compared to his classmates, napakalayo nung score niya. Okay, so as we can say that Dave is better in bio, no, compared sa performance niya sa psychology. Yan. And now for the second and last part of this presentation, no, we are going to learn how to transform z-scores into percentiles. That's why may nakikita kayong percentile table, no, z distribution table sa aking PDF reader, no. Later magagamit natin yan. For now, balik muna tayo sa ano nga ba yung percentile to begin with, no. So yung percentile o yung percentile ranks, it says, no, what percent of scores fall below a particular score? Ibig sabihin, ganito yan, no? Kapag nakuha mo 99 percentile, you were able to outscore 99% of the test takers. Or pag sinabi nating outscore, ilan yung outperform? O yung na-beat mo? Ilan yung natalo mo? No? So, in other words, napakagaling mo if you obtain a 99 percentile because it means, compared to other test takers, no, 99% ng mga kasabayan mo yung natalo mo. Kumbaga, we can assume, no, pero hindi naman tayo exactly sure kasi what if may katabla siya, no? Pwede natin sabihin, baka siya yung nag-iisang top 1 or kung meron pa kasing ibang 99 percentile, baka may mga katay siya sa top 1. No? Pero in some cases, no, na isa lang yung nakakuha ng ganun kataas na score, pwede natin sabihin, isa lang yung naka 99 percentile, siya yung mas magaling compared sa mga classmates niya. no? Kapag first percentile naman, it means napaka-poor ng performance mo kasi ang outscored mo lang, ang natalo mo lang is 1%. Ibig sabihin, napakababa ng score mo. Some would say meron pang 0 percentile. No? Pero 1 percentile in itself, mababa na yan kasi kumbaga nasa laylayan yung mga score mo, kasama sa mga lowest. No? Kapag 50th percentile naman, ito sakto lang, no? You outperform 50%. Kalahati ng classmates mo na outperform mo, ibig sabihin, nasa gitna ka ng curve. Okay? Kaya natin pinag-usapan yung z-score kanina kasi ginagamit madalas yung z-score to determine the percentile rank of the individual. So yun yung aaralin natin ngayon. No? Our task is to convert the following z-scores to percentile ranks, no? And gagamitin natin yung area under the normal curve, no? To be as our guide, no? Dun muna tayo sa easy, no? Say for example, we have to convert z is equal to negative 2.00. What we can do is to check our areas under the normal curve here. Hanapin natin yung 2.00. So, ang paggamit ng curve na ito is that unahin mo muna yung whole number tsaka yung first decimal place bago mo hanapin yung second decimal place. Okay? So, unahin muna nating hanapin yung negative 2.0. Nakita ko na. Tapos, since yung second decimal place niya ay 0 pa rin, no? Ito yung gagamitin natin, yung first row. Tapos, pagtatagpuin natin sila. No? So, in other words, hanapin natin kung saan sila nagmamatch. And, eto siya, no? Yan. We obtain the area, no, under the normal curve, under z is equal to negative 2. And the table says it's 0.0228. Yan yung tinatawag na area covered, no? Pero paano natin i-convert into percentile? Ang gagawin natin is multiply by 100 equals 2.28. Tapos yung 2.28 round up natin, no, into the nearest whole number. Since yung first decimal place ay 2, no? This remains 2. So ang sagot natin dito ay second percentile. It means, kaya hindi maganda yung z-score na negative 2. Ibig sabihin, 2% lang ng test takers yung natalo mo. Mababa yung score mo kung exam ito. No? Now, what about z is equal to negative 1? No? Hanapin natin yan in the curve. No? Hanapin natin yan in the table. Burahin ko lang yung iba. No? Okay, so z negative 1.00, no? So ayan, I found it here. Let me use the pen tool again, no? Here 1.0. Since yung second decimal place niya ay 0 pa rin, no? We still use the first column. Kung ano immediately nasa kanan niya, yan na yung area covered niya, 0.1587. So now let me put here 0.1587 times 100, we obtain 15.87%, no? Round up, i-round up natin yan. Since 8 yung first decimal place, round up to the nearest whole number. Our answer here is 16th percentile. It means you perform better than 16% of the other test takers, no? 16% yung natalo mo. Ngayon naman, what about a z of 0.00 or flat 0, no? So if we check that sa ating curve, okay, nakita ko na yung 0.0, no? And since 0 pa rin yung second decimal place, no? We still use pag 0 yung second decimal place, kung ano yung immediately nasa kanan niya, yung nasa first column, yun na kagad yung sagot. Yan. 0.5 tatapos 0, no? 0.5 multiplied by 100 equals 50.00 or 50th, dapat lagyan natin percent, 50th percentile. Yan, no? And what about C equals 1.00? No, let's check the area under the normal curve. So sa 1.00, since yung second decimal place ay 0 pa rin, no? So kung ano yung nasa kanan nung nasa table, yun na agad yun, no? So ito yung 1.0. Kung ano yung nasa kanan niya, 84.13. Ilagay niyo yan sa yan, 80.8413 multiplied by 100 para maging percentage, 84.13%. No? So, round off, since 1 ito, no? This stays at 4, so 84 percentile. So, 84% yung na-outscore mo. O what about 2.00, no? Okay, last two, 2.00. Ito siya, 0.9772. So, lagay natin dito. Napakagaling mo na pala kapag ang z-score mo 2.00 kasi ang na-overcome mo 0.9772 multiplied by 100 equals 97.72%. You perform better, no? Round off, no? Since 7 magiging 8 ito. So, ito ay 98 percentile. You outperformed 98% of the test takers. Ganun karami yung natalo mo. Okay. And finally, 3.0, no? According to the distribution, 0.9987. Kapag 3.00, ang proportion, let me double check. 0.9987 times 100 equals 99.87% of the test takers ang natalo mo. Ang tawag kasi dito no, ang tawag dito proportion. Ang tawag naman dito yung percentage. Kapag na-convert mo siya into percentage, no, times 100 percentage yan. Kapag percentile naman, no, i-round off lang natin, no. So some would say, dapat ang sagot na daw dito 99 percentile. Sabi naman ng iba, dapat daw 100 percentile. But some would disagree kung may 99 or 100 percentile. No? Siguro kung ako, ilalagay ko muna dito 99 percentile. No? Yun na lang yung ating piliing sagot. No? 99 percentile. To let you know, some people use, no, in some field, meron namang 99 plus. Yan. Meron kasi iba na naniniwala sa 100 percentile. Meron naman iba na nagdi-disagree na impossible daw magkaroon ng 100 percentile, no? So, maybe we can just settle for 99, no? Anyway, just correct me if I'm wrong, no? You can share your comments in the comment section below. And now for the last part, no, let's try dealing with negative C-scores, no? Ito, mas mahirap siya kasi may butal na siya. No, hindi na 0 yung second decimal place. No? Meron na siyang negative 1.17. No? So, paano natin gagawin yan? No? So, gagamitin pa rin natin yung chart na nandito. No? And negative 1.1 muna iuunahin natin. So, nakita ko na yung negative 1.1. Ito siya, no? Ang challenge ngayon is, hanapin natin kung saan ba si 0.07. So, as we can see, no, nandito pa pala siya sa third to the last column. So, pagtatagpuin natin using ruler, no, using i-ruler niyo siya, pagtatagpuin natin si negative 1.1 at si 0.07 to get the area covered by negative 1.17. So, third to the last, no? Sige. Bilang na lang tayo, no? 1. Okay. 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 For a while. Hanapin natin. Okay. Am I correct that ito siya? 0.1210. Let me double check, no? Pantay ba siya? Ayun. Pantay siya sa 0.07. Pantay siya sa negative 1.1, no? So, ganyan maghanap kapag may butal. Kapag hindi 0 yung second decimal, hahanapin nyo dito sa taas kung ano ba yung second decimal niya, no? Tapos tsaka niyo pagtatagpuin, no? So according to the table, it's 0.1210. That's the proportion. Let's multiply it by 100 to convert into percentage equals 12.10%. Round off natin, masasabi natin 12 percentile. This person outscored 12% of the test takers. Another example, negative 0.55. Hanapin muna yung negative 0.5. Tapos, kapag nahanap na yung negative 0.5, yung sa second decimal place, ang hahanapin natin ay 0.05, no? Kasi yung second decimal place, 5 eh. So, unahin ko na yung sa 0.5, no? Okay. Yung 0.5 dito sa ating, it's here, no? Negative 0.5. Tapos, yung 0.05 naman ay nandito. So, hanapin natin, no, kung sila magtatagpo. Let me zoom out a bit, no? Anyway. Yung saktong zoom lang. Okay. Yan. This is where it gets tricky, no? Lalo na nakakaduling. So now, okay, fourth, 1, 2, 3, 4. Nasa kalagitnaan talaga. Anyway, okay, hanapin natin yan. Okay. Pwede natin gawin na parang ganito, no? Okay. Am I correct, no? Na dito sila. Let me just double check. Yan. Okay. So, dyan sila nagtagpo sa 0.2912, no? So, 0.2912, that's the proportion covered multiplied by 100 to get the percentage covered. 29.12. So, we can say that 29 percentile. And one last example for today, no? Paano kung negative 1.78? So, hanapin niyo muna sa negative 1.7, tapos si 0.08, no? Pagtatagpuin niyo. So, negative 1.7 ay nandito. Yeah, negative 1.7 kapag 0.08 nandito. So, second to the last. Okay, there you go. No? Negative 1.78, it's 0.0375. 0.0375 multiplied by 100 equals 3.75% yung na-cover. Round off, so this is 7, magiging 4 ito. 4th percentile. You outperform 4% of the test takers. So that is it for today on how to convert raw scores to z-scores and how to convert z-scores to percentile. I hope you learned something, and see you next time for the third part of the series about the normal distribution. Thank you.